Denied, dismissed, depressed. We've all been there.
Here's how to go from being depressed to finding your silver lining.
A girlfriend of mine just called me to tell me she's been dismissed from her PhD program. After several years of coursework and tons of money and time invested, after failing her comprehensive exam for the second time, they released her. My heart bleeds for her. But we've all been there. We've all had some major disappointment in our life. And you say to yourself, why did this happen to me? In today's video, I'm going to go through 3 lessons that you can learn from being dismissed, denied, and depressed or depleted. Number 1, if you're feeling depleted, I want you to know that there might just be a silver lining. I always put a lot of stress on myself to do really well at things and to keep creating and to keep achieving. And I've always been such a hard worker. During the pandemic, I was a professor, and like most teachers and professors, we moved to online. But the bar to really be a great online teacher was so high, it created a lot of stress. Obviously, the students had to shift, the university shifting, there's so many moving parts. I also had children, was married. So homeschooling, trying to be a wife, there were just so many things coming at me all at once that it made life really, really tough. I became extremely ill and was hospitalized for a short period of time. But while I was in the hospital, one of the things that sticks out to me is how my employer called me to ask me about some grades. Now, obviously I'm a professor. I can understand that grades are an important thing, but I want you to know that I was in the ICU and they full well knew that. Someone else could have easily logged into the course management system to look at those grades or do what needed to be done. But that's when I realized that I was just another employee. It didn't matter what was happening with me. I'll never forget that. That hurt me. That hurt me so bad. And after I did get out of the hospital, I had to really take it slow. And my boss told me that I needed to take care of myself first. So when there was a breakfast meeting the very next week, I decided not to go because a breakfast meeting just wasn't on my list of priorities, let's face it. But I was reprimanded for not being at the meeting. I cried, got myself sick all over again, but then with the encouragement of my husband and of my doctor, we decided that it was best for me not to go back to that toxic environment. So I didn't. I decided to quit. But let me tell you what the silver lining was. It was only because I had been saving and investing for that past 4 years that I even felt comfortable just quitting without a backup plan, without another job, without anything, because I had been saving and investing. That was the silver lining. That is what I had been saving and investing for, that I had no clue why I was so dead set on investing 60% of my income for most of that time. So what's the silver lining in your life right now in this dark time? If there's something that you're going through, try to look at the other side. What could you get out of this? Or what could be the flip side? Think about that, because that might be the lesson that you're supposed to learn. Dismissed. What about me? Have you ever seen someone get the opportunity that you feel was meant for you? What about being overlooked? What about feeling like, what about me? I deserve this. I deserve that. And what I will say to you is that maybe that opportunity isn't for you. Maybe you're pushing for this opportunity or this event to happen in your life, but maybe it's not for you. Now, I'm not saying it's not, because maybe it is, but maybe it's not. Maybe there's something else you're supposed to learn. Maybe there's something else you're supposed to do. But what I don't want you to do is spend so much time beating yourself up asking why, because only God knows why. And asking why most of the time doesn't give you the answer that you're looking for anyway. And so you have to look on the other side. Look at it from a different perspective. As hard as that may be, sometimes that's what we have to do, because there might just lie your answer. I know you see everyone smiling on social media. I know I do it. And everything is not perfect in my life. Let me be the first one to tell you. But you can get through it because, number one, you don't have a choice. And number two, I know you have the faith. I know you have the perseverance, and you can get through that. And so if you can relate, go ahead and drop a comment, because I want people to know they're not alone. We all go through things. And number three, denied. Sometimes you're just flat out denied and told no. Sometimes that door slams so hard in your face that you're just left clueless. Like, again, why not me? But what I'll tell you in this particular situation, you could be denied for now, but maybe that's just a delay. A really, really special person to me had been attempting to get this job at this one particular company for years. That was her dream job. She just felt like her name was all over it. And she had applied for that job 3 times in the last 2 years. She had 2 interviews and was told no each time. But guess what she did? She connected with the interviewers on LinkedIn, and she asked them what did she do wrong, and that she wanted to know what she could do better the next time. So guess what? On that 3rd interview, in the Zoom interview, they offered her the job because they said that she did such a great job interviewing. They knew that she was invested in the company. She knew so much about the company. They didn't even want to wait to discuss it. They gave her the job on the spot. So sometimes, even though you feel denied, it might not be a no. It might just be not right now. What I've learned is that timing is everything. And Lord knows I have tried so many things in my life that didn't work out. I know you see all the glitz and the glam and all the financial freedom talk, but none of that happened overnight. Nothing. Everything takes time, and it's going to happen when it's supposed to. So friends, I want you to know you're not alone. So whether you've been dismissed, denied, you're feeling depressed, anxious, whatever that is, I want you to look for the silver lining. I want you to pick yourself up and accept that maybe that thing isn't for you. Or I want you to look at the timing and say, is the timing right? I hope these lessons have helped you today. It's really been on my heart to share this message because I have to tell myself this a lot. I know it may not look like it because I'm not always sharing all those things on social media, but please know you're not alone. Good luck and see you soon.